Hello, 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 and welcome to the programme where love blossoms on the high seas. It's time to set sail on another journey on board the real Love Boat. Now, when my guests this week were asked for an interesting fact that I could open the programme with, this lovely gentleman here simply replied, "I'm English and my beautiful partner is Thai." Please welcome Gordon Parr and Penny Crowley. Hello, hello, lovely to meet you. You're so gorgeous. Can I just tell you that? You're a very lucky man.
I know that.
So, now, I hear how you met is incredibly interesting. It wasn't on a cruise liner, was it?
No, it's on a train.
Was it a long journey?
Yes, Southport to Liverpool.
And how many minutes is that then?
That's about 35 minutes.
So tell me, how did it come across?
Love at first sight.
Oh.
Or lust at first sight.
Lust? Lust? So how long have you been together then?
More than 2 years.
Just over 2 years. Yeah. And have you had a holiday together yet?
Yes.
And are they land-based? Are they sea-based? What kind of holidays do you take?
On a cruise, on the Royal Caribbean, and the first cruise I have.
So you've been on 2 cruises?
2 cruises, and the first, then the night, go on the night cruise in Egypt. It is a beautiful cruise.
Beautiful. Yeah. And I believe you do cruising a lot. You've been cruising for years.
For many years, yes.
Tell me some of the... First of all, tell me about the very, very first cruise you went on. Was it as you expected it to be?
More or less, because I had sailed before, but I lecture on the cruise ships.
Oh, so okay. We'll come to that in a little while. Because I think a lot of people who haven't been on a cruise think, oh, it's a bit fuddy-duddy, it's full of mature people. Tell me your experience of it. Is it anything like that?
No, it's changed over the world. Over the years, it has changed. Ships have got bigger. People have got younger. And
what kind of ship do you prefer, the bigger vessels or the kind of more intimate vessels?
The more intimate.
Okay, so now tell me about some of the cruises you've been on. What was the first cruise you two went on together?
Royal Caribbean.
Royal Caribbean.
Oh, a beautiful ship. Yeah.
And where did you go?
We go to South France, go to Spain, Ibiza and Gibraltar, and a few places, a lot of ports we go. Beautiful place,
And tell me, what is there to do on the ship? People often think, oh, I couldn't go on a cruise liner, I'd be crammed in, I'd have nothing to...
No.
Is there enough entertainment, enough to do during the day?
Yeah, you enjoy yourself, you never get bored.
And do you take the excursions, do you take all the excursions onto the... Would you that's what you'd advise people to do, is it?
Oh, yeah. It's my personal... I like, excursion. And I like holiday,
I bet you do.
And the cruise ship, it's lovely because you can enjoy yourself, Drinks and you have a relax, you swim and do also,
So it's everything. And what about entertainment in the evenings?
Oh yeah, sometimes I go to cinema, show.
So there's cinemas on board. So it's like being in a little town, I take it then.
Yeah, shopping, I love shopping.
Shopping. Now talking about evening entertainment, you just mentioned you do talks on a cruise liner.
Yes, I lecture on the cruise ships.
What do you lecture on then?
Well, I have a variety. I'm what you call a general interest lecturer, and I lecture on the royal family. I do royal scandals.
Oh.
I was in the army, so I was in the household cavalry, so I lecture on that. The Tudors, the English language, general interest speaker.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
and how often do you do that then?
I did about twice a year.
And do you go for the whole cruise, or do you just pop on? Because when I do mine, I just pop on, I get flown to the cruise line, I do it, and then I get flown off again.
No, I stop on for the whole cruise, so I'll give 5 talks over 14 days.
And 5 talks over... Oh, that's quite nice then. So if you just... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Only on sea days.
Oh, what does that mean? Oh, of course, because everyone's getting off.
That's right, yeah.
So you can enjoy the excursions and do your talks as well?
Oh, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
So now, are there any destinations that you have not been to that you're planning on going to, anything like that?
Well, we're going to Russia next month. We're going to St. Petersburg. So Penn and I are getting a Thompson ship.
Right.
And we're going to St. Petersburg. So we're looking forward to that. A Baltic cruise.
So where'd you go from then?
On that particular one, we're going from Newcastle.
Oh, okay.
Yes, across the North Sea.
Right.
Through the Baltic. All the Scandinavian ports.
Oh, so where will you stop then?
Well, the first stop will be in Sweden, then Finland, then Russia, then Latvia, and then back through Denmark and back home again.
Oh, how exciting. What time of
14
year are
days.
you going to do that then?
We're doing it in May. We're going on the 10th of May.
Very nice. So now, do you like to stay with the same cruise company, or do you dip into different companies?
Well, I'm personally fortunate. I've been with most of them, from Cunard, P&O, Royal Caribbean, Thompson. I'm fortunate. Over quite a long time. I've been doing it for 10 years, so I've had a good variety.
Of course.
Yes.
And what would, for people at home who haven't actually even thought of going on a cruise yet, or because it is one of the fastest growing holiday choices, isn't it, at the moment? What would you say to somebody who's sitting at home thinking, oh, I'd love to go on a cruise, but what would tip them over the edge? What would they want most? What would they get most out of on a cruise liner, do you think?
One word: enjoyment. It really is fantastic, because once your bags are in the cabin, everything's taken care of.
So take me through a typical day. So take me through when you arrive at the ship, at the port, at Newcastle or Southampton or wherever you go from. How does it work from the minute you arrive?
Check into your cabin, just like going to a hotel. Get allocated a table. Enjoy the entertainment the first evening on. Next day is generally a sea day, and then you can arrive in somewhere like Lisbon and go ashore in Lisbon. In the evening, come back on the ship, festivities, you might get dressed up for dinner, have a great time. Following day can be Gibraltar. So generally with these ships, nighttime is spent sailing, daytime in the ports.
Oh, fantastic.
So that's why you can go around sort of 9 ports in 14 days. Really wonderful. Nothing like it.
But also you're relaxing as you're travelling, aren't you? That's the lovely thing about it. It's not like if you're driving to different destinations, you've got to concentrate on, I've got to get here, I've got to get there. All the stress is taken away from you.
No tension, it's taken care of. Wonderful value.
So now, cabins. What kind of cabin would you advise people to maybe choose?
Well, you know, it's a question of economics. You can have a suite, you can have an inside cabin. But you know something? In 10 years, I've never had a bad cabin. And I've never had a bad ship.
I'm sure the kind of person, if you'd had a bad cabin, a bad ship, they'd soon know about it.
I would tell them. But super, and it's wonderful for single people, for single ladies. Great way to travel.
And are you limited baggage-wise? Because obviously it sounds like you want to wear your ball gowns, your party dresses, your bikini, everything. You want all your accessories. Are you limited to how much you can take?
Not at all. Of course, that's a big advantage, because you will need more on board, because you're dressing for dinner and so forth, and the ladies like it.
Yes.
So once that baggage arrives at the quayside, the next time you see it is in your room.
Oh, so it's
all taken care of. You're not lugging bags around and so forth. Absolutely wonderful.
None of that. It's awful, isn't it, when you go on a normal holiday and you get to a hotel and they go, oh, here's your key, your room's on the 4th floor, the stairs are over there, and you've got the stress of getting your suitcase and everything up the stairs.
Not at all. The cruise companies have got this off to a fine art.
They certainly have.
Yes.
And would you suggest a certain, if somebody's going for the first time, a certain length of cruise or particular destination that might be good for them?
It's so difficult, because you can go from Southampton if you don't want to travel, or you can join a ship in America or Alaska.
Or what, so you'd fly to Alaska or fly to America?
You would fly to sort of Seattle and go on a cruise from there. Or you may prefer just to go to Southampton and join the ship there and come back to Southampton. So there's 2 options. You can fly or you can drive. Simple as that.
And would you ever consider a world cruise?
Well, I'm fortunate. I've done a world cruise.
Oh, excuse me. Well, would you like to go on a world cruise?
I would love to, you know.
But how long does that take? How long? I suppose it takes as long as you want it to take, does it?
Well, not at all, no, because I went round the world with P&O. And that was an 80-day round the world, about 6 years ago.
80 days?
80 days round the world.
Like Phileas Fogg?
Something like that,
yeah.
Well, I think they were modelling it on that. And it was so enjoyable. I mean,
I can imagine.
there wasn't 1 minute I was bored. And we went to so many interesting ports.
So it's not only the ports that are interesting, but there has to be enough to do, for 80 days, there has to be enough to do on that.
Oh,
on the
more
ship,
than
doesn't
enough.
it?
More than 80 days, not long enough.
Oh, really? So maybe you should create a long. I mean, do cruises come longer than 80 days?
Oh yes, they've now gone up to 90 to 100 days, 120 days.
Oh, you know what you'll need to be doing for Christmas, don't you? That'd be fantastic.
But you know what you can do? You can do it over a period of time. So the first year you can go from Southampton, say to the States, okay, to Los Angeles, and then from next year, Los Angeles to Tokyo or Australia. So you can break it into sections over 3 or 4 years, you see. You don't have to do it all at once.
Oh, I'd get your atlas out now, your globe out now, and start planning, because you could visit family on the way round, couldn't you?
This is what I like to. if I can shoot the crew to go to Thailand, I want flying, you know.
Oh. Anyway, it's time to go for a break. So don't forget, if you've met your other half on board a cruise ship, or if you got engaged or married or took your honeymoon on the high seas, then why not come and relive your experience of love on board ship? We're looking for couples just like you to come and join me in here in the studios in Liverpool. All you've got to do is give the team here, the Holiday and Cruise Channel, a call on 0871 423 4444. Those calls will cost 10p a minute from a BT landline, and other calls from other mobiles and networks may vary. You can also apply by visiting our website at www.holidayandcruisechannel.co.uk. Click on the link, get involved and submit your details there. And who knows, soon you could be joining me here on board the most romantic cruise on TV. It's time for us to go for a quick break, so stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few minutes.